Today I'm at University of Hawaii Maui campus, excited to share with you what we've been doing here as New Hope Maui Outreach. There's a time in campus ministry when it was about handing tracts, going through the Romans road, and walking somebody through the sinner's prayer. But during this time period, it seems that people are longing for something more authentic. So what could that authenticity be? Well, it's said that the only Bible people read these days will be your life. So many times the assumption is, as a Christian ministry, you go into an area and you try to dominate it and you make it in your image. Here on this campus, the heart for outreach has always been to collaborate and to commune with our community rather than deconstruct it. So we're going over some videos where we're talking about outreach in our different locations, and this is one of my favorite spots to be at. It's a great place where we collaborate with our community. We're involved in our student government. We help run our clubs, 26 clubs on campus. We created a Christian club here for those that don't have a church to go and fellowship. And also we worked with other nonprofit organizations such as Youth with a Mission, Campus Crusades for Christ, which is now called Crew, InterVarsity, and we also had Ravi Zacharias International Ministries over at this place. I like the story of 1 John because it also talks about after the religious and lawful people asked John who he was and assumed that he was a certain type of person, John blew their minds out of the water. He says, no, I'm just preparing the way for the Lord. And that's the thing as Christians, as we go out into the areas to prepare the way for the Lord, something interesting happens. In the next few verses down, he has an encounter with Jesus the Christ. So in our service in preparing the way for the Lord, don't be surprised when you come face to face meeting with him and communing with him, and actually being a huge part of the start of Jesus's ministry. John the Baptist, as you know, baptized the Lord, and he saw the heaven and the voice of the Father coming down to him, saying, "This is my Son, who I am well pleased." So this is my Son in whom I'm well pleased. Imagine that, just preparing the way for the Lord, working your gardens, preparing the soil, and then you meet Jesus the Christ and he says, "Come and baptize me." This is part of the plan of God. So you enter into the story. And that's what we're doing here at the University of Hawaii Maui campus. Wherever we go in outreach, we want to enter the story of God and not be creating our own narratives. What happens after Jesus is baptized by John the Baptist? So it's kind of windy. Let's hold on a sec. So as John the Baptist had an encounter with Jesus, a few lines later, his community, his disciples actually end up following Jesus too. So ministry here on campus really is about relationships. It's about preparing the way for the Lord, and it's also participating in God's story. So I hope wherever you go that you'll have that idea. It's not what I have to offer or bring to this place. It's what is God already doing? What's the calling he's placed in my life? How am I cultivating the areas that he's showing and revealing to me? And many times it's the desert place. We find John the Baptist before this event in the desert, doing the hard work. Many of you feel like you're in the desert, thirsty, hungry, and hot, agitated possibly, but don't give up, because just like the story in John chapter 1, Jesus Christ is coming, and he's going to give you an experience you'll never forget.